Hi, this is Professor CC19, and today we're playing level 3051 on our quest to the end of Candy Crush Saga, which is a hard level where we have 20 moves to collect 2 cherries, and this is a special dedication to Keith. Now before we get started, I'm not going to ask you to subscribe, however I will remind you that the button is right there, and that I put out a lot of great content, including Candy Crush and Algae Marble Racing, almost every day, and that I'm trying to reach 1,000 subs by the end of the year 2020, and would really appreciate any help with that. Now this level is really difficult. I've already failed a few times in recording. I remember having a lot of trouble with it the first time I played for my own progress, and I will say that if you're going to bring in a booster on this level, it should be the coconut wheel. By far the most beneficial booster. It helped me get it the first time I played through for my own progress, and I think I'm probably going to have to rely on it once again here in recording. So the way that this level works, we have 2 ingredients that are going to be spawning from this dispenser. There's only one dispenser, so we know where they're coming from. It's the centermost of these far 3 columns on the right, and it will correspond to the centermost of these far 3 columns on the left. The portal will drop the ingredient through, and we have to clear out this 4-layer thick frosting all the way down in that second column on the left to get the ingredient to be collected. And once we collect the first ingredient, we'll get our second. We need to allow ourselves enough moves to collect the second ingredient as well. In the meantime, we have a lot of marmalade and other frostings, 2-layer thick in the way, licorice and licorice swirl dispensers on the right that will be flowing through the portals as well, and ticking time bombs coming down every other turn, set at 10. They're not too bad. I don't worry about the ticking time bombs too much. Now this level, I believe, is mostly luck because of how small our board is, but we can exercise some good strategy as well by making moves low to the ground to encourage things on top to fall into place, and by taking out as much licorice as possible, knowing that every move we take out licorice, we won't get any more licorice from the dispensers, similar to how chocolate works, and of course trying to work on top to clear out the frosting, particularly on the top portion, so we can get the ingredient coming through. So the first move I'm going to make is a stripe with the green. It'll drop the orange into place and take out a licorice. And I'm hoping we can continue this process, taking out more licorice. Cascading is helping a little bit. And every time we make a move on the bottom, things change on top. And hopefully that will put me into a good position to clear out the marmalade and frosting. We've started with the marmalade, and we can get a ranged attack. Actually, these frostings are 3 layers thick. The ones in the central column are 3 layers thick, not 4. Correction there. I'm still getting used to the new design of the frosting. The old design I would know right away. I would like a green above this green. And no. Yeah, this is not looking like a very good board. We don't have very many options and moves. We don't have anything down below. So I'm just limited to these few small moves on top. We're starting to get a lot of specials now, some wrapped candies. But we can't work them to a color bomb with the blue. We just have to send them off. Yeah, this is not a good board at all. And I will keep this recording just to prove the point that if you get a bad board... Oh. Okay, well, okay. I'm going to continue with that thought, but there is something I just noticed. If you get a bad board, a board that just will not cooperate, and you have horrible choice in moves, there's very little you can do about it. And that is a true statement for all luck-based levels in Candy Crush Saga. Now, the thing that got me excited for just a brief moment is the fact that we can do this, switch the ingredient over, and that puts it in a column where it's easier to bring down. Only problem is that's only our first ingredient, and by the time we get our second, yeah, we only have 2 moves left. It's not going to work. So that was a pretty bad board setup, and it did not help us in any way to make progress to beating this level. So, since that was pretty quick, I'm going to jump in again without boosters, see if we can get a better board and capitalize on it. And then, if that doesn't work, I will jump in again with a coconut wheel. And this brings me to another point of discussion. I said before this is a special dedication to Keith, and I also want to add my advice about using boosters in Candy Crush Saga. For the longest time, I thought that I should use boosters whenever I could. So if I was about to die to a ticking time bomb, I would use a booster. If I could get rid of a magic mixer, I would use a booster. However, it took me a while to realize that by doing so, I was just using all my boosters and I wouldn't have them when I really needed them. When I really need my boosters is when I'm on a hard level and I'm close. And by close, I mean within the use of 3 boosters or less. If it would take me more than 3 boosters to beat a level, I make the conscious decision not to use any boosters, to fail, and to jump in again. So I'm saying that so you don't waste your boosters. Don't use in-game boosters, specifically in-game boosters, lollyhammers and switch hands. Don't use them unless you are very close to beating the level where you can get it done with 3 boosters or less. That is my rule of thumb, and that has allowed me to save a lot of boosters, because many times when I could have used 3 or 4 boosters to beat a level that says it was hard on my first try and I chose not to, I beat that level with no boosters on my second try. It may not happen that fast, but choosing not to use boosters when you're using a whole bunch at once can save you a lot in the long run. That's how I'm able to have 26 lollyhammers right now and 8 switch hands. I used to have actually 110 lollyhammers before I decided to just start using them a little bit more readily. But yeah, I'm usually very cautious not to use boosters, in-game boosters, unless I can get the level done for certain within 3. So that's my advice to you on how to preserve boosters and really have them when you need them in the game. Because I completely agree, this high up in the game, boosters feel like they're needed on every level. And I will say that entry boosters, which are easier to get, you can bring in more often if you choose, like Color Bomb, Coconut Wheel, Fish, Striped and Wrapped. Use them at your discretion. Don't use them on every level, but you can use those boosters more often, I believe. This board seems to be going a bit better. We are making progress on the top. And we're taking out quite a bit of licorice on the bottom. There we go. Alright, so that's 1 layer thick. Alright, it's cleared. Oh, this is an interesting situation. Our ingredient shifted over. We still had a frosting left, and it slid over 1 column. We can switch it back, but I'm thinking that it's actually better to be in that column. Actually, you know what? No, I should not focus on switching ingredients around, because I just realized this is only our first ingredient. And we never get our second ingredient until we collect the first. And even though we got a lot closer, we got really close. All right, we collected 1 ingredient, but we couldn't get the other. All right, so we got closer. That was a better board. All right, so I've expressed what I wanted to express. We have made progress on a bad board and then on a slightly better board, so we got closer. Now I'm going to bring in a coconut wheel. Coconut wheels, I think, are the easiest boosters to get. For some strange reason, the booster wheel, the daily booster wheel you spin, gives me coconut wheels more than anything else. You can get them on the 3rd day of the treat calendar, and you can get them from the booster airdrop in Candy Crush. A lot of ways to get coconut wheels pretty easily. So let's see here. I'm going to make a stripe instead of a wrapped because coconut wheel stripe candy combo produces 6 stripes instead of a whole column of wrapped candies. And as you can see, coconut wheels, they become part of the candy mix, so I'm getting more than one as I progress. I can shift this one up. I like how they're spawning in the center, and even though coconut wheels won't always spawn in the best of spots, it is still a huge help in trying to beat this level. Now we have very little licorice, most of our marmalade is gone, most of our frosting is at least weakened. I can shift this stripe up. That's one more strike on the frosting. And we're in a much better position now than we were before. I want to see if I can get another stripe with the green to be sent off. There we go. Oh, our ingredient slid over again. Ugh, all this licorice is so annoying. Come on. Ah, we almost had a color bomb with the purple. Come on, give me another purple. Give me another... This level is just doing whatever it can. This level is just doing whatever it can at this point to get me to fail. I feel like it's just for spite, because everything else in this recording went wonderfully. And I'm not going to get rid of this recording. We have another Now, of course, now we get another coconut wheel that we can send off on the last move. When it's too late, we got even closer that time. Our ingredient was like 3 spots away from the bottom. Okay. I feel like the level is just doing this for spite. So I don't care how long this recording is now. I'm going to beat this level. We are getting progressively closer, for the record, which is a good sign. I'm surprised that move didn't do more. Yeah, look at this. We're getting a nice amount of coconut wheels. Can I match these 2 coconut wheels together? That would be awesome. 2 coconut wheels matched together, by the way, produces... Oh, darn it, we can't get it. We can't get them together. It would have produced 2 complete rows of striped candies. But I can't do it, so I have to just do this. But that will help. It'll clear out a lot of frosting. And this should help too. Alrighty then, now we're starting to take out licorice. Stripe combo or stripe wrapped combo? Which do I need to go for? Well, I only have the wrapped at this point, so we're going to go for that. It looks like it's creating a great deal of cascading, which is good. And it's also freezing up our board. Alrighty then, our ingredient is starting to come through, and we have another coconut wheel. Alright, this is the board. I think this is the board. We can't really do anything with that coconut wheel, unfortunately, because of the spot it's in. We might just have to scoot that coconut wheel over. We just have 2... Oh, well, now we can use it. I'm going to have to use it now because I don't see anything better we can do. All this licorice. Come on, there we go. Stripe wrap combo. Alright, so that's our first ingredient, and that gets the second one coming through. So that means we have those 4 turns left to get this last ingredient. And it looks like we're just gonna get it. We got it. Last turn. Alright, so I don't think I've ever been so excited and expressed it so to beat a level for a special dedication video. But Keith, you certainly picked a banger of a hard level for me to record. But that is how we beat level 3051. A hard level, indeed, on my 4th take on one recording. So again, I emphasize, don't use in-game boosters. Oh wow, I just saw a hawk out the window. Don't use in-game boosters unless you are guaranteed to beat the level within the use of 3 or fewer. Have patience with these levels. If it takes more than those 3 boosters, take the L, jump in again, hone in on what's giving you trouble on each level, develop your strategy accordingly, and that should help you to not have to use as many boosters. And as always, don't forget about the mini games, the chocolate box, the daily booster wheel, logging in every day so you can spin the wheel and get the treat calendar prizes. All the mini games that can give you free boosters in the game, always go for them as well. I wish you the best of luck with level 3051. I hope you can learn from my failures and from your own so you can get the right board to beat this level. Okay. If you found this video helpful to you, please subscribe. If you're stuck in any other level like Keith was, please leave your comments below. I will try and help you. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.